everybody, Manga I Chris here, and I've got a new video for you guys today. It's a little bit different than what I usually do, but I figured, it's December, it's getting closer to the end of the year. I figured I would tell you guys my top 5 favorite manga that I read this year. If I read it this year, it was eligible for the list. Now that's not started the series this year, that's just read some part of the series this year, because some series I have are, getting on to 23 volumes long, like One Punch Man's getting up there. Like I started reading One Punch Man when I first started collecting. I've got my top 5 favorites for the year. These are not necessarily favorite 5 to 1, these are just my 5 favorites. It's not in any particular order. I enjoyed all of these equally as much above what the rest of the stuff I read this year. To begin, we have Mashal, Magic and Muscle. This is just volume 1 here. I have all 3 volumes that are out right now, but Mashal, Magic and Muscle. I really loved reading this. It was like the perfect combination of Harry Potter and One Punch Man, 2 of my favorite things. Yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend people check this out. The art style is very good, very unique. There's a lot of physical humor, a lot of just really fun drawn like reaction faces. It's great. It's very funny. I highly recommend people check this out. So number 5, Mashal, Magic and Muscle. Now I said I had 5. Technically I have 6 because these 2 series I couldn't pick between them because I enjoyed them both equally as much. So we have My Senpai is Annoying and Otakoi, Love is Hard for an Otaku. Both of these are rom-coms set in a workplace, so the setting's fairly similar. But both of these, the character situations are different, character motivations are different, characters are different. That one's pretty easy. But they both really scratched my rom-com itch. For those who know, my collection is very varied. I've got action, I've got slice of life, I've got comedy, I've got rom-com, I've got a little bit of horror, a little bit of just wholesome. I've got a lot of stuff. I enjoy reading lots of different things. So these really scratched the rom-com itch that I had through the year. Highly recommend people check these out. Wotakoi comes in 2-in-1s, that's why it's a little bit thicker. And I also believe they're a little bit more expensive. I think they're like $12, $13. But this series right here is in full color. And the anime that came out earlier this year, very good. Highly recommend people check that out. It's very good. They did a very good job adapting it. Highly recommend both of these series. So the number 3 spot goes to Spy Family. Huge popular series. Really like it. It's very funny. Art is fantastic. I know everyone I know who's read this has loved it. Sometimes the newer volumes can be hard to find, but that's just how certain popular series go. If you get caught up to the current releases, I highly recommend you pre-order the next one just to make sure you get a copy when it comes out. Because I knew a few people who I actually lent out my volumes to because they couldn't find theirs. They had, like volume 4 and 6, but they didn't have any other ones. So I lent them my volumes and they were able to get caught up. So get it while it's available because it's popular and it's going to be hard to find. Like like Chainsaw Man, are you kidding me? There's people still looking for like volumes 2 and 3. It's insane. It's insane how quickly certain volumes, like certain random volumes go. It's insane. Anyway, tangent and rant over. Number 2 on the list goes to Genshiken. I love this. Like seriously, if you have the chance to read this, I highly recommend it. It's just nerds in college having fun with their friends. It is such a good read. There's like a little bit of romance, there's comedy, there's a little bit of drama, there's a little bit of everything in this for everyone. Like I was getting near the end of the last volume and there's like a chapter it's just pictures, there's no dialogue, and I was actually close to tears reading through that because throughout the series it really gets you attached to all the characters, and that's what I really like in series is when I get attached to the characters. I care what happens to them. Series that I that I've read and is like, oh, well, I don't really care what happens to you. I'm not gonna read the rest of the series. This series really got me to care about all the characters, and I'm glad I managed to get all the singles. There's omnibuses. If you can get the omnibuses, get the omnibuses. If you can get the singles, get the singles. Seriously, you need to read this. And Kodansha needs to do a reprint, because this is still says Del Rey. It's licensed by Kodansha, but this series is, you know, came out in the early 2000s, but people need to read it. It's so good. If you get the chance to read it, I highly recommend you check it out. And the number one spot, again, these are no specific order, but the number one spot, if you see my Instagram, I post about this series all the time. That is One Punch Man. Oh my gosh. I started reading the series when I first started collecting, and I'm almost caught up. I just need a few more volumes to get caught up with the physical releases. I took a break from reading it for a while, for about 6 months. That was coincidentally when the semester started up, but I've picked it back up, and I love it just as much. I got this really freaking cool Loot Crate exclusive volume 1. Super glad to have this. But seriously, if you haven't read One Punch Man, it is awesome. It is everything great about action, everything great about comedy. It is great. There's the art alone is phenomenal. Seriously, Murata does such a good job on the art. If he did the art for, I don't know, Bear taking a dump in the woods, I would read it. It's just so good. Definitely check it out. It's usually, most volumes are usually pretty easy to find. Some of the later ones get a little harder to find, but you know, Viz does a really good job of doing reprints and stuff. But seriously, if you haven't checked out One Punch Man, highly recommend it. So yeah, guys, that is it. That is my 5, technically 6 favorite series I've read in the year of 2021. You know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out some of my other videos. I don't just do hauls and stuff. Check out my other stuff. I do reviews of volume 1s. I've got a couple more videos planned, so the next one's going to be the December haul. That'll be after Christmas. I'm not going to do a haul on like the day after Christmas, just because I know there's certain books that I have pre-ordered that are coming after. So the haul will be after Christmas, but besides the point, you know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.